Alright, Shalom. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushua, by Hashem Rakwa HaKadosh. Double honors to the apostles of GMS, and a sincere Shalom to the brothers out here pushing this truth and sincerity. And I want to pretty much get into the topic about pretty much staying bold in this truth, staying pretty much enduring in this truth, because falling out is pretty much an option that you don't want to have. You gotta be in the mindset of dropping out is not an option. That you gotta keep enduring to the end so you can receive the reward. Because demons can hop on you to pretty much feel tired or sluggish in this truth, and it happens to all of us. It's a thing that just happens. Some demons we just can't avoid because the Lord doesn't want that to happen. The demons hop on us for a reason, not only just so another brother can expose it out of you, but to show you that you can still fall short. And some guys they just feel like, oh, the Lord hasn't came back quick enough, or this is just taking too long, and just fall out. That means it wasn't for them. So that's where they fell short. And it's not to say that every brother that goes to that is gonna fall out. It's just that's why we have a body that brothers help each other. But for guys that just want to automatically fall out, that's because they don't have the endurance or the patience because they are used to having to want things immediately. And in this truth, everything takes time. Even when it comes to working, like you can't go from worker to manager within a month or within a day, because things don't work that way. You gotta work your way up to it. Any job position you have, you're gonna start from the bottom. So when you start from the bottom, you work your way up. And it's the same thing in this truth. In this truth, you're gonna start from the bottom until you work your way up. And even when you work your way up, you still got to keep your endurance going, even in this truth, because you don't. The last thing you want to do is ever fall out. Like I said, you gotta be in the mindset of saying that falling out is not an option. That you gotta keep going, and then because sorry, because even in this truth is pretty much your last salvation. It's your last hope of even getting out of this place. And I'm almost sorry, but even in this truth, you only have but one option because no other way is working. The church is sure as heck ain't doing it. You got some guys that just fall out of the truth just to go back to church, and that's still not working. So I'm gonna kick it off with the first scripture. This is this is First Corinthians 9:24, and it says, "Know ye not that they which run in a race run all, but one receiveth the prize? So run, that ye may obtain." So we're all in this race, and I ain't just talking about just us in this truth, but you're in the race against others, other camps, other people that just want to know it all. We what in the race we're all seeking to get that understanding. I'm talking about even for people um that's not even in the truth that because we waking up the elect. So you may gain people that's just still running around trying to seek that that prize, and that's what we're doing. But we already received the prize, and it says that's why it says so run, so that ye may obtain. So what do you do once we obtain that prize? Because coming in this truth, this wisdom and understanding of this truth is that prize. So what do you do when you obtain a prize? At least with this one, you gotta keep you gotta keep going with this prize. You gotta keep building on it. You just don't stop you just don't win one race and just say screw it. We're gonna keep racing so we can obtain the full prize to make this prize even better. And what happens? And like I said, what happens when you obtain this prize? Well, let's keep reading. And it says, "And every man that striveth for the mastery is temperate in all things." And that's what we're doing. We are trying to strive for the mastery to be tempered in all things. That's why we could go into pretty much anything that you want to go into, and we'll back it up. Because when it comes to this truth, it's just not about just trying to learn scriptures the fastest or trying to rush everything. Everything takes time. To become a master, like for example, like kung fu movies. Um, that's the number one thing that they like to go into those type of movies is when you do things, everything is with a pace, with a is with time. Like if you're a rookie, you just can't jump from rookie to master. You know, you got to go through all the routines and everything. Becoming a master takes time. That's why when you become a master, guess who's the masters in all those kung fu movies? It's at least someone older, someone of even of our age. It's no one young. So they so when they became masters, it took time to get to that level. And that's what it is with us is that we gotta keep enduring to get to the level where we want to be at. The in that level is to be of the elect because we don't know if we are the elect, and that's I would say even be truthfully that's even the scariest part about it because not knowing that you're elect that gotta be in your mind like what do I gotta do what I gotta keep doing how can I improve how do I show myself how do I show that I'm really trying to be of the elect because like I said we don't know so the things we do does have a counter effect only the Lord knows who is of the elect and believe it or not like I said that's the believe it or not that's a scary or fearful thing because you don't want to be stuck in this place when the Lord comes back you want to be up on the chariots with him and that's another thing of the prize that we want to attain because that's the one prize that we haven't attained is being up there with the Lord yet because we don't know which of us is going to win that race. So I'm gonna get the next scripture. Which one actually? Yeah, I'm gonna get this. This is Galatians 6:9, and it says, "And let us not be weary in well doing. Well doing is good things, and in its truth, is doing good things." And it says it right there, "Let us not be weary in well doing." So when it comes to this truth and doing the things of it, even if this even if it takes a long time, hell, even if it takes 100 years, Lord willing, it doesn't take that long. But even if it takes 100 years and we're not even, we're still here, we still gotta wait patiently because we know the things Esau is doing is messed up. We know the things our people is doing is messed up. But that should not affect us into where we gotta drop out because the Lord hasn't came back to deliver us from this mess. It all takes time. We don't know when the Lord's coming back. That's why enduring in His truth is very important. And speaking of which, I'm gonna get it right here. This is Matthew 24:13. But it says, that but he that shall endure unto the end shall be saved. So, like I said, when we try to run for this prize, trying to see of who is the elect when the Lord comes back, we gotta make sure in order to get there, we still gotta be enduring to get to that level. We gotta still be enduring to run to the Lord to see if we're out of the elect, because we don't know if we are of the elect. So in the meantime, we gotta keep running. It's a marathon. We gotta keep. We ain't sprinting. We ain't gonna exhaust all our energy to where we just end up stop running. No, this is a course that we gotta keep running. It's a long course. It's a marathon. We take our time jogging and up to running. And it said, and I'm gonna go back to Galatians 6:9 where it says, "And let us not be weary in well doing, for in due season we shall reap if we faint not." So we all know what the word faint means, but it means to pretty much pass out, to pretty much give up at that point. So the Lord's telling us that you're gonna receive, you're gonna, in order to reap your rewards from me, you gotta keep, make sure you're not weary. You gotta keep going. You gotta keep enduring. You gotta keep pushing. For when in due season we shall reap if we faint not. So if you faint, that means you done stop. You done fell out of the truth. You didn't say screw it. I can't keep going, and you just gave up. You just flopped on the floor like a fish. And that's what we're not supposed to do. We're supposed to keep going no matter how tough it is. That's the whole point of enduring through this, enduring to keep going. To be able to endure means you have the stamina, the mindset, and the ability to keep going. So when we go into these things, it's not to push the to pretty much to fall out if you fall weak. It's to we push the uplift you to keep going because any of us can fall short. And if we don't have the endurance, or if someone's not there to help us with our endurance, then we will end up falling. But that's why even with scriptures, they give you a friendly reminder not to give up. And that's the great thing about it, because pretty much a lot of things in our lives we've done gave up on. But this is the one thing the truth is telling us not to give up on. So I got this final scripture right here, which is Jeremiah 29 and 11. It says, "For I know the thoughts that I think toward you, saith the Lord, thoughts of peace and not of evil, to give you an expected end." So when you think of an expected end, and that expected end is what we already know of this place not only just being destroyed, but us being taken out of this place so we could go to the so we could be put in our rightful place. That's where it says thoughts of peace. When we think of peace, peace is not here. Peace is where we're by the Lord's side, being able to do the righteous things that we want to do. And it says not of evil. When you look around, and like I said, there's no peace here. You hear of killings left and right, Esau doing this, our people doing that, just a whole bunch of madness. That's not peaceful. That's nothing but evil. It's nothing but evil things you do. Because when you hear these things, all you can think of is negative things. Believe it or not. And I'm not just talking about for us. I'm just talking about how you ever hear how our people just hear these things and they just have a lot of negative things to say. Like, oh, this is a shame, or our people this or that, or something, so on and so forth. I hear it every now and again, and it's believing in what I say is evil is because they don't do anything good. For us, we see it as evil. This place is nothing but evil. Where you got killings left and right, and people are oppressed. How could that be peaceful? And that's why I say even when it says to give you an expected end, to give you an expected end, we expect this place to fall and to be put in our and we is for us to be put in our rightful place, because that's what we want. We don't want we are enduring the punishment that we're going through now. So by the Lord's will, this will be our last captivity that we ever going to, because we done been through 7 captivities and we don't want to go in no more. We do. This is just pure hell, as they like to say it. And this is going to hell is our condition. Our condition is nothing but hell when you look around. So Lord willing, this video was edifying because this is not the time to be falling out of the truth. This is really the time to keep pushing because we are seeing signs that this place is falling. We see it all the way around. Brothers are putting the videos about it. This place is collapsing, and that's a great thing about it because that shows signs that we're pretty much falling closer and closer to falling out of this place. So with that, I just want to say Shalom and death to Babylon.